Good morning everybody, welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video right here on XRP. We're going to do a full update here on XRP. There's not, yesterday we did have some interesting price action, but nothing against our expectations. I even believe that this arrow I drew is still the arrow we got from the video yesterday. At this point of time, XRP is just relatively stable. Fundamentally, I think that there's some interesting things that we definitely need to be aware of and that we need to be ready for. So then I'm mostly talking about the XRP ETF, which I think in over the course of the last 2 weeks, we've seen quite a lot of postponements, right, of ETFs by the SEC, but down the line in 2025. So this is not short term, and in August, not much happens usually. But down the line we're going to get some momentum of those ETFs, and we're going to get some sort of a price reaction, and buyers and sellers are going to price that in, right? So that is going to happen, and I think Ripple's doing quite good with RLUSD, right? So their stablecoin. I've looked at this quite often in the last couple of months, because I always said when they actually launched RLUSD, I think back in December. It's quite old already. Is that really true? Yeah, I think so. But since then, we've seen great growth, right? At this point of time, it's sitting at around a $612 million market cap. That's great to see, and it's growing as well. You can see in the last month, it went from $485 billion up to $612 billion. $1 million, wow, billion, $1 million. So that's a growth. What is it, of about 20-25% month on month? That's great, right? Because this actually provides value behind the Ripple project, and that's great to see. But I think the ETF, and I've spoken about this more often, but I think the ETF is going to be much bigger, and I think that's also one of the key reasons why we had this move up. But all right, after that move up, we've had a bit of a retrace so far. We found strong support here at 2.8, 2.75, where we have the 0.618 fib. We also have major support levels lower. I think ultimately this level for now is going to hold. The fundamentals right now around the markets, right? So then we're talking about general financial market fundamentals. I think those are quite steady at this point of time, but obviously there are some hazards in the world which can push that down, right? So then if we actually do see some sort of a general financial market push down, right? So bearish pressure, I think the main level to look at is that level right here at the 0.786 fib, where we also have the 90-day rolling VWAP, the 200 EMA, and some imbalances left towards 2.6. So be aware of that. But like I said yesterday, at this point of time, XRP is developing value and is developing, or how do you say it? Is becoming quite stable in this area right here, right? You can see that the value area is developing kind of around, well, what shall it be? Since here has been kind of developing around $3, and I expect that to continue. Like I said, the fundamentals, even though there's opportunities for the fundamentals to flare out, I think the fundamentals at this point of time, if you look at the volatility index, are quite stable, and I think XRP has also shown great signs right here of strength and stability. So can we drop down lower? Yes, if we get bad news. For now, I don't expect it, maybe to fill some of those imbalances here to the downside, but ultimately I think we can remain stable, and I think what comes with that stability is also filling some of the imbalances we have to the upside towards 3.14 and 3.2. Higher than that, I find it a little bit hard to call right now because I don't see a lot of momentum, and like I said, August is not the month for major moves. But yeah, so that's it. Those are my thoughts on XRP for now. Hopefully that helps. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.